Gout is a common and complex form of arthritis that can affect anyone, and it's characterized by sudden, severe attacks of pain, swelling, redness, and tenderness in one or more joints, and very often it occurs in the big toe, a flare up. And an attack of gout can occur suddenly, often waking you up in the middle of the night with a sensation that your big toe is on fire. The affected joint can get hot, swollen, and so tender and sensitive that even the weight of a bed sheet can seem intolerable. Now, if you would like the references and resources for this lesson, please just email me at maim@aruka.com with the subject gout, and I will send you those resources. Okay? Now, gout is a metabolic disease, a fairly common one. And a metabolic disease has to do with the fact that your body is having a hard time processing the food that you eat and converting it into energy. In this specific case with gout, it means that your body is having a hard time processing the purine in your body. And about 15% of the purines in our bodies come from our diet. So this is something that, if we reduce our intake through our diet, we can also reduce the frequency of attacks. Now, something that a lot of people don't know is that a common offender in terms of foods that cause or aggravate gout is sugars, especially high fructose corn syrup, is a huge culprit that wrecks your uric acid levels. This is something that especially a lot of Americans tend to consume, especially if they eat a lot of junk food, sodas, whatnot, whatever. I mean, it's so important to read labels and to not eat at fast food joints, fast food restaurants. If you have any kind of health medical problem, even if you just have like a cold or a flu or even any kind of minor thing, you really should not be eating, soda or going to fast food joints like McDonald's, etc. There's a study conducted by both US and Canadian researchers that found that consuming high fructose corn syrup containing soda is strongly associated with an increased risk of developing gout. They found that men who consumed two or more sodas per day had an 85% higher risk of gout than those who drank less than one a month. Okay, that's huge, 85%. Now, the risk also significantly increased in men who consumed 5 to 6 servings of soft drinks a week. And fruit juices and high fructose fruits like oranges and apples also increased the risk. So, one of the biggest things that you can do if you are having gout pain is to stop consuming anything that has high fructose corn syrup and soda. And that doesn't mean that you should go ahead and do sugar instead, because sugar, even though not as bad as high fructose corn syrup, it's still going to be a culprit in disrupting your metabolism, especially when it comes to gout. So another major offender is sweetbreads or desserts, pastries, cookies, cupcakes, even just anything like white bread or anything that's white flour, even though it doesn't taste sweet, it turns into sugar very quickly in your body. And anything sugary and sweet, and that also doesn't mean that you should turn to artificial sweeteners like aspartame and NutraSweet sweetener. Those are even worse than sugar. Just lay off the sugar, really, is the best thing to do. If you're going to have anything sweet, the best sweeteners are stevia, which actually fights diabetes, and also just fresh, raw, local honey because of the health benefits. But certainly anything with high fructose corn syrup and, cookies, white bread, white flour, pastries, anything like that, cupcakes, cakes, all of that, any kind of dessert, just realize that these kinds of foods will disrupt your metabolism and will contribute to the pain that you feel when you're experiencing gout. Now, something that is fairly commonly known is that alcohol, especially beer and hard liquor, are probably the worst offenders when it comes to gout pain. So, certainly lay off those alcohol, beer, and hard liquor. Wine seems to not have as much effect on gout, but certainly the harder things. And another thing that is also very commonly known is organ meats, especially. like liver and kidney, they also tend to have the high purine content and can contribute to gout pain. So it's really best to, number one, limit sugary things, and high fructose corn syrup, and also, hard liquor and beer. And then the next thing after those would be really to avoid the organ meat, but just really to not eat too much protein, to eat protein as you need it, but certainly not to eat too much. And also is always very important is to eat a good quality protein, not, McDonald's meat. you know, we only eat organic or kosher sources of protein, like organic eggs, kosher chicken, etc. And the chicken and fish, because they have a lower protein content than the red meats, they're also going to be better in terms of reducing the gout pain. But even and seafood is also a big offender, especially like clam and crabs and shellfish, that kind of stuff. But even beans and lentils, can cause problems if you're facing gout. So really just don't eat more protein than you have to, and choose the better types of protein. Now let's talk about some herbs and supplements that can be very helpful for gout. One of them is curcumin. Curcumin is the active ingredient in the spice turmeric. And you can take the curcumin. I personally prefer just the raw herb, getting, turmeric. It's more concentrated if you get it, as curcumin, but, it's probably going to be possibly more expensive. So I just like to get the whole herb usually when I can. And for turmeric, I cook with it. You can put turmeric in rice, in vegetables. It doesn't have much of a flavor. Even my children, I make this turmeric rice. Also, I would take like a teaspoon or even a heaping teaspoon of the turmeric and mix it in a liquid. A common drink, it's called a golden milk, is to mix turmeric with some coconut milk, actually, and blend that up and drink it down. It's actually, I think it's quite delicious. It's great for gout, arthritis, and just to reduce inflammation. You could add the stevia or honey to sweeten that up if you want. I think it's delicious. So that's curcumin as a supplement, or turmeric as the whole herb. Now, another herbal remedy that's really excellent for gout is cherries. Now, I know people don't really think of cherries as an herbal remedy, but it is, because, in herbalism, we use any part of the plant, whether it be the leaf, the fruit, the flower, the bark, it doesn't really matter. So, a study published in Arthritis and Rheumatism evaluated 633 individuals with gout who were treated with cherry extract over a 2-day period. And this cherry treatment was associated with a 35% lower risk of gout attacks. This is really great. And I think that, of course, eating cherries is good, but probably I would say the best way, if I had gout, is to purchase, the cherry extract. That might be hard to come by, but, that is a concentrated form. But I would get a tart cherry juice. That's becoming more and more popular. You can get that from Trader Joe's or Sprouts. Tart cherry juice. And, and these things that I'm telling you about, like the turmeric and the cherry juice, the tart cherry juice, these are things that I would do on a daily basis, okay? A daily basis if you're fighting gout. And not to take it like only when you have an inflammation, but to really help your body, to train it to be able to do the right thing and to support it in its daily activity of metabolizing the purines in your body. Okay, so these are daily things that you should do. Cherries are good in so many ways. They help to reduce inflammation. They are high in potassium, which are both good things for gout, reducing inflammation, and potassium, specifically potassium citrate, is very good. It also helps you with your sleep cycle. It helps you with providing melatonin, and it's been used as a traditional medicine for many, many years. It's also an excellent source of antioxidants, and it's good for your heart, and it promotes weight loss. That's also another very good thing to do if you're experiencing arthritis, is to mind your weight. So some more things. There's also just juicing in general, especially green juicing. celery especially, and other green vegetables as well. And another herb that is great as an anti-inflammatory is nettles. Nettles, Nettles. I would make a tea out of that. And also some very good helpful vitamins and supplements. Number one would be fish oil or omega-3 oils. It's going to be very important, probably 500 milligrams 3 times a day. It can help reduce arthritis symptoms and also protect your joints from damage. And also the vitamin C and vitamin D daily. The vitamin C can help your body improve the urinary excretion of the uric acid from the purines. So vitamin C and also a vitamin D, optimizing your vitamin D levels. And the best way to get vitamin D is, of course, through sunshine. But vitamin D is excellent for gout and other types of arthritis and just good for your bones. Also it's good for bone health in general. And of course, exercise and having a positive mindset, they're all going to be also very important for your health and healing and battling through this. And one last mineral before I forget is magnesium. Now, magnesium is an alkaline mineral, and it can also decrease uric acid formation in your body. And studies show that magnesium is an effective treatment for gout, particularly acute cases of gout. There are different types of magnesium that your body needs. I would just go ahead and do a variety. And also Epsom salt baths, soaking in Epsom salt, like a cup of Epsom salt, is also a good way to get magnesium. And most people actually are very deficient in magnesium. So that's another important supplement for gout. Now, remember, you can always email me for the resources and references for this lesson. Just email me at mime@aruka.com with the subject gout, Gout. Okay, so it's mime, MAYIM, at aruka.com, ARUKAH.com. Thank you. Would you like to become the healer of your home and your community and create a profitable online health coaching business? Are you interested in becoming a health coach, a naturopath, an herbalist, or a nutritionist? Do you need help finding the right program for studying holistic health and healing? Or perhaps you already have certification, but you're still not confident enough in healing people and don't know how to build a business that will empower you to have an impact and allow you to leave your regular day job. Are you ready to get a deep and comprehensive picture of holistic health and healing and learn from top healers in our day so that you can stop being stuck in a job or a career you don't have a passion for? Heal yourself and others without the need for pharmaceutical drugs with harmful side effects, doctors, or even dentists. Become more knowledgeable about holistic health and healing than most medical doctors who have graduated from medical school without spending hundreds of thousands of dollars and years of time in expensive medical schools or programs. Build a health coaching business that will allow you to work from home and achieve time, location, and financial freedom. Aruka.com empowers people to become the healers of their home and their community by equipping them with naturopathic herbalism, health coaching, and online business and marketing skills. My name is Mime. I'm 42 years old and a homeschool mom of 7 beautiful children. These 2 in the photo are my October babies. I became a naturopathic herbalist and health coach in order to take charge of my family's health when the modern medical system kept failing us. We were spending thousands of dollars on insurance and other medical expenses, but they did not have any answers for our health problems. Working from home has been such a blessing for us. I used to work at the NASA Ames Research Center as a computer scientist/engineer. But being able to have an online business has enabled me to surpass my income at NASA and to be there for my family, homeschool them, take care of them, watch them grow up every step of the way for 18 years now. I started Aruka.com in 2009 to help people become healthy and heal themselves. I've coached all sorts of people, and eventually even medical doctors and nurses started coming to me repeatedly for help, for various health issues for themselves or their loved ones. I help people heal themselves of serious diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and high blood pressure, diabetes, as well as other common issues such as hormone imbalances, abnormal bleeding, migraines, eczema, kidney stones, gallstones, cataracts, and even urinary tract infection. Various people began asking me to start teaching what I know about holistic health and healing, including 2 medical doctors who have become very good friends of mine. When I realized that there was such a demand for the knowledge I have, that even medical doctors were telling me to teach, I shifted the focus of Aruka.com, and now we teach people how to become confident healers through our naturopathic herbalist and health coach certification program. We help people become healers of their home and community and create profitable online health coaching businesses. If you're interested in becoming a holistic healer, please visit our website, aruka.com, ARUKAH.com. Again, that's ARUKAH.com. Hope to see you there.